Hello everyone, welcome to Dubai Fast Info. In today's episode of my job experience in Dubai, we are going to be having a special guest by name Mr. Stanley. Welcome, Mr. Stanley.
Thank you, Mr. Macmillan, for having me today. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing too?
Very well. I'm doing quite great.
Excellent, excellent. So we'll go straight into our first question of today. Can you tell us more about yourself before we get into your work experience? Just give the viewer an insight about who you are.
Thank you very much. My name is Stanley Eno Lekunze. I live in Dubai, where I'm a Cameroonian by nationality, and I work in the UAE as the IT manager of my company in Arcadia Group of Hotels.
Great. Wow. IT manager. That's really great. Okay, Mr. Stanley, can you take us through your job experience in Dubai? When you came to Dubai till now, just walk us through. Let's see.
Wow. Thank you very much again. Um, work experience in Dubai, it's quite challenging. I remember my first visit to Dubai. That was in 2017, which I visited Dubai. Then I dropped in Dubai, moved to Abu Dhabi. Um, from Abu Dhabi, where I was, I had an orientation from the person I was living with at that time. He gave me some introduction about Abu Dhabi and about job search. So he actually tried helping me or like orientating me, like giving me a hope that I could get an IT job. So at that time, I started for the first 1 month, I was looking for an IT job. So I tried as much as possible. I couldn't get it. And then looking also at the 3 months visa which I came with, I was thinking that probably my time will finish. So I decided to start looking for any other job just to complement. If I can't get the IT job, then I should move over to something else. But not knowing that God was just trying to see how He can prepare me. So I finally got a job. After several applications, I made several CVs also for different kind of jobs. But I finally got a job in a hotel as a housekeeping room attendant. That was in Sharjah. So I moved over from Abu Dhabi to Sharjah, and I pick up this new role. So while working in this new role as a housekeeping room attendant, I was seeing some IT related things that I could do. So in my spare time, or let's say whenever someone will have some difficulties, I will just opt myself in and then try to solve it. And out of a sudden, they came to realize that I had an IT, I come from an IT related background. So with some help also from my supervisor, after 6 months, I got a promotion to assist the IT manager at that time.
Wow.
So that is how I transit from a housekeeping to an assistant to the IT manager at that time. So while working with him, I was so good in some certain areas where he was lacking. So I was a little bit being considered as a best fit for his position. So out of within the first 1 to 2 weeks, he started feeling like, who is this guy who is coming into my position to take me out? Then he got somehow scared, like in Dubai with the issue of job security and all this kind of stuff. So he got scared and then he just resigned from the company. When he resigned from the company out of the way I was already handling the company at that time, they just switched me over to his position within the next 2 weeks. So that is how I became the IT manager of the company. And right up till now, I am now working as the IT manager slash the HR officer. So I have gained so much experience while working in this company. Okay. So working in all the branches, the company within the UAE. So that has been my major job role in the company since I joined. So I'm close to 4 years now working with the company. Thank you.
Wow. So you started in your company as a room attendant, and then after 6 months, you were elevated, you were promoted to the role of an IT assistant.
Yes, you're right.
That's great. That's
Due
great.
to performance and so many other things, I was just pushed like that.
Wow. Awesome. Awesome. What a work experience. Okay, Mr. Stanley, what is it like to work as an IT manager in a company like your company? You said you work in Acadia Hotel. Am I right?
Yes, Arcadia Group of Hotels.
Acadia Group of Hotels. Okay, now what do you do when you go to the office in the morning? What type of activities, what type of role do you play as the IT manager? Can you just enlighten us so that our viewers will get to understand the kind of things that you do in the company, in the IT field? Because I am very sure there are so many IT technicians out there who have skills, but they are scared to get into the IT field. Maybe they think that it is a kind of difficult job that they cannot handle. Can you just expose the type of activities, the type of role that you play in the hotel?
All right, thank you. First of all, the IT field is a very vast field. It entails a lot, and everything I can say from the hotel setting, everything is more of it's more of networking, and a little bit of like if you're coming from a network related background, it is quite different than when you're coming from a software related background. But a hotel setting requires both, especially when you're working in a hotel which has so many branches. So as an IT an IT, I would say from an IT supervisor or an IT technician in a hotel, before moving over to becoming a manager, there's a role which a manager plays, which is different from what an IT technician plays. So normally, I perform the role of both the IT manager and the IT technician. So my daily job routine, when I get to work, let's say I get to work around 9 o'clock, my duty starts. I get into the office. First thing, I have to read all my emails to ensure that uh, uh, all I get updates from each department if they acquired a problem maybe in my absence. So I have to check my emails, and we have software systems which we bought from other companies outside the country and from within the country, where I need to check if maybe they are making updates also, and then if they are doing any updates, I have to make sure that our own system is up to date. I have to also ensure that our licenses comply with the rules and regulation of the country. I have to also ensure that all our licenses, like for example, with Microsoft, with all the other companies that we're using, maybe from database and maybe standalone softwares that we are using, I have to ensure that all of it comply with the rules and regulation of Dubai. And also, when it comes to the networking aspect, we have several. we have several, I can say, routers and access point, which we have to keep on configuring if they encounter any problem. So daily, I keep doing a check on this hardware equipment, software equipment, and also ensuring that any department that requires a particular information, I have to secure it. I have to ensure that each and everyone who is getting an information at any time needs to there must be a kind of security, there must be some kind of segregation. This information can be made known to these people or to this set of workers, and this other information can should be hidden. I have to do all of these, making that segregation between this department in the office and this other department, maybe the accounts department, the HR department, the finance department, and the front office department. Everything I have to ensure that they are all in line, they are all in place, and they have that security between each department. So far, the whole job of an IT, there are some days you can go to work and you will not do most of this job because these are jobs that require some configurations. You make the configurations and then it can serve you for some months. It can serve you up to a year, but daily you have to ensure that all the softwares and hardwares they are in compliance with the rules and regulations of the country. If maybe there is an issue of the internet in the hotel, you have to make sure everything is okay. I have to also ensure that all the the like for example our contractors like Etisalat do whichever company we are using outside. I have to keep that relationship between them to ensure that our services are always up. So I check the network every day to ensure that there is no shutdown on the network. These are jobs that any IT technician can do, but they can do it if they have a little bit of experience. So that is why I can say within a short while, due to my inquisitiveness and my readiness and personal studies that I did, I was able to easily take this position and then just I can say just grow so fast within it because of that personal development which I did. So it really helped me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Stanley. I want to also find out what does it take to be an IT technician in Dubai? What do you think? What can you advise somebody to get? Maybe there's people
First,
who have left Cameroon with maybe a bachelor's degree in engineering, in computer engineering, in electrical engineering, and they want to work in that same field here. What do they need to do to get into those jobs here?
the first thing I want to let them understand is um, IT in Cameroon and IT over here. There's a little bit of difference in the sense that when I evaluate myself between Cameroon and here, I saw that when I reached here, there were some weaknesses I had, but these weaknesses are not enough to make me feel scared about getting the job. So if you are maybe a graduate from Cameroon in the field of like a network technician, let me say for example, I will advise that in order to get a job here in Dubai, you should learn the basics of networking first. The basics of networking is very, very necessary. Next, you have to understand how what a server is. When I talk about server, I don't mean a hardware. I mean a software server. It could be maybe Microsoft server. It could be maybe Linux server, or yes, these two servers. It is so necessary for you to know at least one of it, because it is going to help you design this kind of security. If you will work in a company that has several branches, it is very, very necessary. There's what they call Active Directory, which you need to understand how Active Directory works, basic policies that you can use in a computer. So if you are coming to Dubai for the first time, having this knowledge, then I can tell you that the next thing you need is that guts. You need that guts to be able to stand anywhere and then present your present what you are going to do, because there are some other things maybe you can add, like basic hardware knowledge. I know networking as a whole comes together with a little bit of hardware, so you need all of this to come together. There are so many Africans who already have this background, so when they come here they feel scared because they are looking of the Indians, but the Indians are not the gods. They are not like it's just that they have an upper hand for the fact that their country is far developed than ours. So you can get it if an IT technician or an IT expert. You can get it. It might take some time, but you can get it. It's just once you have this, you have these skills, then just focus and try to be really, really convincing when you are talking that you are in a competition with the Indians. So you need to be really, really convincing, and also have it in that since IT is related to so much information, which most companies hold it privately, so you need some level of you need you need they can give you a very they can this kind of position if they have some kind of trust on you. So you need to be the kind of person who can easily convince someone. A strong power, like your verbal power needs to be really strong, so that you can easily convince them, and then they will be able to trust you. Know that if they give you this responsibility, you'll be able to handle it and also safeguard it. So that is just what you need to
Uh,
get it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stanley. It was really nice to have you today in the program. One last advice to people who are maybe in Africa in whole, who may be planning to travel out of Africa to get a job in the IT field. What do you think they should lay emphasis on back then in Cameroon to grasp so that when they travel out, they can compete with other job seekers?
Yes, first of all, First of all, I want to encourage you that it is possible. Whatever you set your to do, it is possible. One thing you need to be personally motivated at achieving your goals. Once you set that goal, you're going to get it. So it doesn't matter where you start. As for example, me, you can look for my own story. Where I started is not where I ended. So you can just stay on that and believe that God can do anything. So stay with that personal motivation which you have and try to always improve on your knowledge. Improve on your knowledge. The field of IT is developing every day. So just keep on pushing with that. And when you arrive in UAE, make sure you curate your CV in such a way that it sounds really, really convincing. Then you can get the job. You can get any kind of job. It doesn't matter if you are a hardware technician or you are maybe a network technician or maybe a software engineer. You can get it. I've seen a lot of people who are just coming from Cameroon for their first, who are getting job in maybe computer hardware maintenance. They're getting the job also in computer networks, or getting as a web designer and this kind of stuff. Are also part of some of the things which I do. I do in a company. I maintain also their website. So you need you just have to get yourself prepared. You face challenges, but these challenges, they come for you to actually grow. You get it? So this is one of my advice I can just keep believing in yourself and push on. You will get it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Stanley. It was nice talking to you. Hopefully we'll get you again in the show some other time. So we've come to the end of the show for today. Thank
You're
you very
welcome.
much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.